to Penpositive. This is Vinod Narayan, and this is my wife,
Usha.
Usha.
Hello everyone.
Hello. So, so we want to do something different. We are all forcibly working from home because of the COVID-19 situation. I know we are not alone. There are a lot of people who are working from home. And when that happens, a lot of things change. This is not something that you're used to. You're not used to everyone in the family sitting at home. Kids have to do some online education. You have to take care of them because they keep irritating you at times. And then obviously the husband and wife has to work from home. And that also creates its own set of challenges.
Yeah.
You don't agree?
I totally agree.
Okay,
because,
she agrees that there are challenges working with the husband from home for a continued duration. And so it's more like Saturdays and Sundays, but we got to work, kids are there. Most of the times when we have working from home, you're either working alone at home, you don't have any distractions,
Correct.
and it goes on.
It's a normal life.
Normal life. But now things are changing. So we just wanted to use this time for something else as well. So we thought we'll start a series of conversations
Yes.
between husband and wife sitting at home, the time of COVID-19, and talking about, I don't know.
Talking in general, anything about, especially when it's shelter in order.
Yeah.
So myself, I'm Usha. I'm a technical program manager. As most of the places, it's shelter in order, which means you're not supposed to get out of the house until there is a valid reason. You can get out for basic groceries, your pharmacy, any emergency situation then, and not to be in a crowded place or gatherings and outings, no restaurants, no clubs, no party, but you can party inside the house.
Yeah. And if you want to get something from the grocery, you can always send your spouse as well. I went in the morning and I got the grocery. I went to Costco here.
While you are in a meeting.
Yes. Yeah. She was in a meeting, so I went. Not go to Costco while you are in a meeting. So we live in Fremont, in Niles in Fremont, in California. And I went to Costco today and there was, so people have been saying there's a lot of rush. You got to go there at 6 o'clock and wait. But I went there at around 9:30 and there was not a lot of people and I was able to buy most of the things. There are few stuff like eggs and some kind of a chicken that they said you can only take one. Otherwise, most of the things are available. And I think people who wanted to really start stocking would have done it earlier on, and that's why probably there's not a lot of rush over there. So so that's pretty much what it is. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have a format for this. We are going to ask 3 questions to each other. So she's made her questions. I tried looking at it, I couldn't see. And I've got 3 questions and I've kept it over here.
And I hope they are not same.
They are not same. That depends on if we are so much, we think alike so much, then probably we'll have the same questions. But obviously the answers are not going to be same.
True.
So, because when you're husband and wife, you both have to think differently, not necessarily alike and the same way.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because otherwise, how do you fight, right? Now, so today we're going to talk about how it is to working from home, when you're forced to work from home. And when this whole situation, we did not see it coming, and it just came and then it slowly started gaining momentum and we are all in it together. So just wanted to share the experiences in this video. In the next video, we will select a topic every video and then have these 3 questions going back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I would like to say about this working from home culture, especially with technology. people who are in IT industry, uh, it's nothing new for them. It's very common because it's I feel it's a privileged profession where you can work from home when you need to, because sometimes you have doctor's appointments, sometimes you have something in your kids school, so you basically can let your team know, let your superiors know, and then have that option of working from home. But with this condition, it's a change where you are stay put in at home, and you're supposed to be working as normal as you are working in an office. So for folks who are in IT, probably it's not a new thing, but definitely many professions may have this very new, and it's a change, and how we adapt this change is something that I think everybody is experiencing.
And I think, yeah, being in the tech field, both of us, I mean, she's a technical program manager and I'm an agile coach. So we both pretty much work in the same area of project management and agile teams, scrumming and all those kind of stuff. So, so working in a distributed team is something that we are very well aware of.
Absolutely.
But even for technology companies, when you know that people cannot come to office and work, there are significant problems and I think significant challenges towards timelines and everything. But you can imagine for people who or businesses that cannot afford a distributed workforce, for people who are not well aware of working, even working productively in a remote mechanism, because there is obviously that's a big challenge. You go to the office, you meet with the people, you are in a meeting. Things, at least you feel things are more productive, and
No distraction, and you're more focused.
yes, and here you're not just working alone in home, you're working at home with the entire family there.
Absolutely. Like, you might be in a meeting, at the same time, your spouse might be in a meeting. How you manage that, because, you cannot be in the same room. Even if you have an office setup, like each home, even if they have an office setup, it doesn't have to be in two separate rooms, right? Because you might have desk, because we used to have desks almost together, next to each other. At that time, if both of them have meetings, then we absolutely cannot sit at our office table. We definitely have to choose a different room, so that when he's talking, my folks are not hearing his sound and those kind of things. So it's a challenge, especially when everybody is stay put in the house. And these days with schools, especially when kids are also having online classes, the college students, they are all having all their classes online. And for the students who are in elementary or middle school, or even highest secondary, they all are going through the online classes. It's a change for them. They are adapting it very well. I see it. My son, who is 13 years old, he got a Twitch account. I was helping him with how to get the account set up, and then he had his math classes going on there. So it's a change, but then I think we should look at our kids and learn from them as how they are adapting all these new changes that's coming up with
Right.
our current condition.
True. And see, our problem is that we've got a pretty small house, 1,000 square feet, and she speaks so loud. And no, it's the other way around. I hear less, so my my sound is too loud. So I have that problem even in office, and I have that problem at home as well. So she has to keep hushing me every time, shh, shh, so that I am aware that I'm not alone speaking to myself. So anyway, we'll get into. We've already been talking about it, but we've got many videos to come. Um, we're going to talk about life, work, career. We're going to talk about a lot of those things in the coming days. Let's start with the questions, and let's go with you.
Sure. So as we mentioned that today we are discussing about how you are coping with when you are shelter in order in place. So my question to you is, how do you stay motivated during this quarantine period?
So, okay. So how do you stay motivated? See, there is a sense of unknown. You don't know what is happening. So even thinking that are we really prepared and all those things. But I have a very optimistic look at what as human beings we can do, as what we can really achieve. And we've gone through a lot as a species, with all the problems that we've created in the world for us and other species and the earth by itself.
Yes.
We have been able to overcome them, and we've been able to move forward. So, so from that perspective, I think I'm very optimistic from that part. I don't know. Did I say I was pessimistic at the first time?
No.
No, I said optimistic. Okay, so that's fine. So that way, I'm not worried about from that part. But how long is a question that bothers me, and then obviously, since you're around, it is it's pretty easy to get motivated, and
Thank you.
okay. See, when you get a question, you need to give an answer that the person asking the question should feel, wow, what an answer. Okay, it's me.
Yes.
Okay, so one habit you want to change or build during this time.
Very good question. Actually,
I
would
know.
say no. So most of my times are going busy with my work, because there's timelines, deadlines. So a lot of things are happening. But what good thing I figure out that I can do is I can learn something, join online classes, do some certification, which I had put it in the back burner. So that's something I look forward to, as what I can do. Secondly, I feel that I can spend time,
A habit.
habit.
Do you want to change a habit of yours? Do you want to cultivate a new habit? Build one? That was the
Okay.
question.
Okay, sorry. So the habit one that I would like to cultivate is, because there is no gym, nothing, but I love walking and I love the nature that I'm around. So I would like to have that as a habit, and every evening I go for a walking, even if it's like 3 miles. I want to continue that and make it as a habit, which is good for your health as well.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. And when she goes for a walk, I follow her. So, yeah.
So did
So
I
that's
answer your question?
you answered my question. I mean, there's no see in this world there are no right or wrong answers or right
No,
or
I
wrong
said,
questions.
did I answer your
Yeah, yeah,
question?
you answered. I mean, uh, you want to do something regularly where you don't have to depend going to the gym or
Absolutely.
anything like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
good.
the online learning I was saying is because many times we want to do things, but then because of lack of time, we say, because either you're driving or you're at work, and things that's in your mind. So there's a lot of things that's accumulated in your mind during that time, and so you are not able to sometimes focus on your personal development. So this is an opportunity, I feel, that I can focus on those as well. And since we are all everything is online, it's good to look at some of the online classes that's available, certification that can help your
That's
career.
yeah, that's a very interesting thing because see, learning online also can be a habit because it's not about doing one course and getting a certification or something like that, but you can regularly add something into your life
Yes.
of learning something new on a regular basis. And I think, see, people might think, I mean, you have to work as well. Yes, you have to work. But if you look at it, you go to the office, you're not working for the entire 8 hours. You're spending a lot of
Yes.
times in meetings, and some meetings don't turn out to be of worthy at all. You're just sitting in the meeting. Uh, there are bullshit meetings if you don't know. I mean, I don't know which companies you work, but definitely in companies there are bullshit meetings. You go into a meeting and you have absolutely no clue why the heck are you sitting over there. So these things happen. And then you go to the common area, you sit over there, go do have coffee, talk to people. So there's a lot of time that gets wasted in a normal office setting as well. And that's why people take work home.
Yeah, but to that I will add one thing is, when you're at work, it's true that you have meetings, but as a program manager, my motto always is to reduce meetings and get small discussions, questions clarified in Slack channels, so that way you don't have to have meetings for meetings, right? So that's one of the options. But when you say you take that coffee break or your bio break, I feel that at least when you're in office, you are disciplined and you're tuned to take that break. Whereas in my case, and I'm giving you my example, and I'm sure there might be people out there who have this. When you're working from home, many times you miss on that. You might think, let me finish this one and then I will go. And then, as you finish those, something else comes up. If nothing else, then because it's remote, people might be pinging you from other places, asking questions, right? So one thing remotely working, what I am cultivating within myself is keeping a tap on the timing where I am taking my bio breaks. At the same time, I'm taking my breaks on time, especially lunch, because with this what's going to happen is one or two working from home is okay situation, but when you are continuously working from home, you have to be on time with your bio breaks, with your food habits, what time you eat, and based on that walking, as I mentioned earlier, because otherwise you are going to have other issues which could be health related. So I think that is something we all need to cultivate a habit of. Even if you're working remotely, keep that tab. Those office moments are not here. You have to cultivate them or add them to. Sometimes walk into your kids' room and see how they are doing. If they need any help with technology, or just check around in the backyard or front yard if you happen to have, or else just look through the window. It gives that break, always gives you a refreshing, a resetting to your mind, or while you're getting back to
True.
your work.
Because your discipline would really get screwed up
Yes.
when you work from home from a long period. And I think for Usha it matters a lot because she is typically a working from office person, and I've worked a lot working from home because when we met at that time I was working from home. So I've done a lot of working from home, and for me working from home is not something totally new.
Correct.
And I can see that uh, she's there, gets on a call, then she sits over there, continues over there, and I think there's a certain discipline that you have to get when you work from home, and I think that
Yeah, I think we need to
that
follow
is a
that
habit.
discipline. That's
That is a habit that at least we need to start learning how to be self-disciplined when we don't really need to be, at home.
yes. So can I get on to my next question?
Yes, you can get on to your next question.
Okay. Now, since you mentioned that you are used to work from home for a longer time, but this specific situation where you have the entire family in the house and everybody is distributed in the house, focusing on their own areas, right? So I want to ask you, from your normal life, what is that one thing that you feel has impacted?
So normally when you work from home, you have the entire house to yourself. Okay. So you can do whatever you want. And you can talk as loud as you want.
Okay.
And you don't have a problem. Now, yes, it is challenging. You know, you have you're there, kids are there. It's not that they are troubling you, or they are, it's not the thing. See, I'm okay now because initially when we started that, it's been a week now, right? Or no, this week started 3 days.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's just been
Today's the
3 days.
third
Yeah,
day.
third day. But
It
yeah,
seems like
it seems a long time, but 3 days, when the Saturday, Sunday, and Monday started, you're not still thinking that it's a working day, and that's a challenge. And now I've got used to it, and I'm thinking, why are these people over here? Why don't these people go, kind of stuff, Because I work from home quite a lot, and yeah, but now I've got used to it, and now the thing is, how will it be
after
after
a week or two.
after week or two is a thing. I was so when we wanted to take this video, so we we said let's do a video, and she got and dressed up, and I was sitting over there in my tracks and this T-shirt, and then when I figured that she was dressed up, I decided to put on a shirt. That's my level of getting dressed up. Shirt. So I think yeah, it is challenging, but see, that's the thing, right? We get used to a lot of things. 3 days, 4 days, you get used to that, you know. Now the thing is that to get back to how it was, that is where the challenge would be.
Yes, I think adaptation may be eventually people will adapt to this new
Right.
lifestyle. Uh, but as I
But
said,
it's not a
it will have its consequences.
right.
At the same time, people will have, as we say, right, there's a pros and cons to every situation. And I'm sure, like, if there is a time when we get back to our normal life, there will be a bit of change, and the pain that comes through the change will definitely be there. But then, we are always good at adapting as a human being, so
Good.
hopefully that will help.
And okay, so yeah, we actually each of the answers are leading to the next question, I think.
Oh.
So my next question was, once things normalize, what is the one thing you will miss? Say 2 weeks down the line, or if it is 3 weeks, whatever it is, things normalize, you're back to work, kids go to school and all those things. What is one thing that you will miss?
Okay, when you say miss, it doesn't come that quickly to me, and that is because I have the flexibility of working from home, right? So that says, like, if there is a day where I feel like I don't want to get up early and get ready and go, I can start from my home. I can always speak to my team through channel, through communication, and let my manager or seniors know that, today I'm working from home and I'm available by all other means. And that has worked for me in the past also. So I don't think that I will miss anything. But I feel one thing with this shelter in order, we as a family come together. That's one thing which I will miss, because you will not have that opportunity to come together weekday unless it is like after 5 p.m. because that's when you come together. So that's one thing I will miss. Secondly, I will miss. It came to my mind and I just so. Secondly, what I miss is these days what's happening is if there is something that we are baking, we are making muffins, or my daughter is making baking bread. We help each other doing that. There is no time as like, oh, you need to get to bed so that tomorrow morning you have to get up and go to work. That worry is not there. So I'm okay to go to bed late, and based on my calendar, I get up, get ready, and come to my workstation and start attending my calls and doing my work. So that another thing that I will miss, because when your work starts, you have to go to your office, you will get back to your routine, which is go to bed by this time so you have a good sleep, 8 hours, and then morning you get up and get ready and go. So I will miss those two things especially.
Yeah, and I think the family part is very very interesting, because see, even if when you have Saturdays and Sundays, most of the time you don't have the time to really look at what's happening. See, the thing is like you wake up probably late, so now on weekdays you're not waking up that late. You have to wake up on time to get to work. Uh, and you are able to spend more time with kids, and I think that's the reason, because you can't go out, you can't just go for a drive, you can't go for a movie. I mean, you're stuck at home unless there is something very necessary that you have to go. So you kind of start noticing small little things that you think you've missed, you know and I think that definitely it might really add a lot of positive value to the life.
Definitely.
uh,
I think it's an opportunity as a human being for us to reflect back,
right.
think, and pick up the positive things from whatever is happening around us. Definitely, what we are hearing about the coronavirus, wash your hands, be clean, all those actually it should be your habit, cleanliness,
Right.
hygiene. These are some of the things that we should be maintaining it, but this one is enforcing it.
Yeah.
And let it be a cultivating habit that
Exactly.
people should get into.
So just that habit question, one of the things that really comes is that, see, I was thinking how difficult it is to have that continuous habit of cleaning our hands. Because we clean our hands, we wash our hands, but at least when I say we, I shouldn't add her also into that whole thing. I am saying me. So so many times you don't wash your hands so much. I mean, I don't wash my hands so much. I do wash when I'm going to eat, but when I'm just walking past the kitchen and I want to quickly grab something and eat, I'm not going to wash my hand when I grab. So I think those are some habits which would become we should start making that as a regular habit of ours.
Yes. Embrace it.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think what you said is two things that you missed, and then you will miss knowing what you've really missed, because the little moments that we've been till now missing, and we realize right now, we would
Yes.
we would we would probably be
Conscious.
more conscious and more thankful for what we have, I think.
Absolutely. I think each one of us, whoever is listening and watching us, as we are, same thing, I think it goes for everybody. Because this is the time you're going to be with your loved ones. And, looking at what you have and being happy and content with it.
Yep.
Because you don't need much.
True.
So with that, I'd like to go to my third, which was actually related to the second one, the one that I asked, what has impacted your normal life. So when you said what is impacted, because you lost your freedom in the house being alone, how can you mitigate that?
In a normal case, it can be mitigated by going to Starbucks, going to the coffee shop, and sitting there alone.
Yes, I've
Which-
seen he has done
which
that in the
which
past.
I have done before. When it is a holiday and
No, not on a holiday. When I'm working from home, it's a weekday, and I'm working from home, and I see him getting ready and getting out, and I would wonder why he's going the days when I'm at home. And ideally, it could be the same reason, because he feels he can work there. He has no meeting, so he can work there, and I'm always on meetings, so I'm talking. And
yeah. So I'm not running away from home, but yeah, but we have to wait and see. I mean, it's a long time, Usha. 2 weeks. I mean, living together 24/7. See, you're not used to it, right? I mean,
I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
Frankly speaking,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry to say, but whatever
sorry to
situation,
say what?
whatever situation,
Ah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry
yeah,
for the
that's it,
situation that is putting us through this. But frankly speaking, I'm liking it. We are in it together as family, and also with our friends. We are connected virtually. So this is a best moment to see how we as human and technology are syncing together and enabling each other.
True. And to a great extent, I think over the past many years, we've not come to this kind of a situation where we're forced to spend time with each other. And not just husband and wife or partners, but even with kids and people in a house. And for us, luckily, I think we've got a very small house, as I was telling, right? So you cannot go and escape from people that easily.
You cannot just lock up yourself because you are just here.
You
With
have
one
to
shout-
live with the people that you're living with.
Within one shout of your name, you come out.
Yeah, yeah.
The best part, what I see is our pet Rena, our rescued dog. She is really enjoying this
Yeah.
because she's not sad that we are leaving to work and the house is empty. So that's another positive thing. So if you have pets, I'm sure they all are happy to be close to you.
There are it looks very odd when we say positive, but see, we have to be looking at also the positive things, because otherwise it's very difficult to survive or thrive at these times, because people deal with these things very, very differently. And what we need is a positive outlook of life with the confidence and optimism that things will change for the better.
Of course. And I just want to say, keep safe, uh, keep cleaning your
I have
hands.
one more question. Don't wrap it up.
No, I'm not wrapping it up. I'm just saying for this. Like, be safe wherever you are. And if you have, take care of your loved ones. Check with your senior citizen neighborhood. Sometimes, we are so much into ourselves that we may forget that we have neighbors whom we cannot actually help. So, yeah, just keep an eye on each other.
Good. So the final question goes to you. Hypothetically speaking, if you knew early if this was going to happen and you're going to be stuck at home with limited going outside and all, what is the one thing that you would do?
At this moment, if you say, probably I would meet people whom I have to, so that I can say,
That you're not going to meet for some time.
yeah,
But for us, we just came from India, so we met everyone there. So she's very emotional. And who did you have to meet? That's the question. So now, it's very true because, we just came from India. She came a bit earlier than me. And we were supposed to go meet a few people. We did not meet anyone.
correct.
Right? And now we cannot go and meet. So that's definitely one. So that's one thing. If she knew it coming, she would go meet people. Yes?
Yes.
So that's it for today. Half an hour. It's good. We used to do this in Malayalam, and that used to go on for 40-50 minutes, and so I don't know if it's going to be like that. See, I'm crying. So anyway, so wish you all to be safe, and we'll overcome this, and we'll try to come with more of these 3 questions each on things about life,
Life
work,
in general.
career. Be content, be pen positive, and I'll take leave.
Be positive. And one thing I want to say is, in this, we all are together around the planet, and there is nothing rich or poor, no gender bias, no discrimination. We all are in it. So that's one good thing to look at it. But what I want to say is, take care of each other. It's we people who can spread the love and happiness by taking care of each other. Thank you.
Thank
Be
you.
pen positive.
Be content, be pen positive. Thank you.
Thank you.